Hi guys, and welcome back to a brand new episode of Ringside Recap. I am your host, Ninja the Ninja, and let's get started with a brand new episode of Friday Night Smackdown. So y'all, welcome back to the show, and I really do not have high hopes for this Friday Night Smackdown. They kind of already post what was going to go on in the show, and we already know that one of them is going to be another round of the King of the Ring tournament, and I think Cody is going to have another thing with Gunther, or probably a match with him and Gunther later on in the show. I really hope y'all didn't hear the crack of thunder that just went on right now. It is currently storming outside, so I hope that we do not lose power during this recording of the show. If not, whatever I can salvage, y'all are going to obviously see it. And whatever I didn't get the chance to talk about, going to go on my social medias. Y'all follow me on my social media, on TikTok, Instagram. All the socials will be right there. And for TikTok, you look for my face, but this time in my picture I had my hair dyed. And my Instagram will have my little logo of the Lucha Libre mask. So be on the lookout for that if some of the show is skipped due to me hopefully not losing power. And just follow them anyway. I post other content. I post about the show that went on or any other topics that just come around that I saw, and me and a couple of people just have a good conversation about it. But if y'all want to, check it out. But like I said, I really do not have any high hopes for this show today. I know a lot of people have been disappointed in the shows lately. Hopefully they can turn this around before they start really losing a fan base. But after all that, let's get started with the show. So y'all, the show opens up with Cody Rhodes basically getting like a confirmation from GM Nick Aldis about Gunther, but Gunther hasn't said anything to Nick Aldis about the match or anything like that for supposedly the main event of the show. But as GM Nick Aldis is walking away, Cody sees the Usos, and basically Jay just tells Cody when he wins the tournament, he's coming after his title, and Cody just being like, okay, I'll wait. I'll be ready for you, basically. So then it jumps to the first match of the night. You had the first round of the Queen of the Ring tournament. You had Charlotte Flair, Lyra, you had Jade, and you had the women's intercontinental champion, Sol Ruka. And this match was an okay match. It could have been a little bit cleaner at some spots, but all in all, it was an okay match. But the winner of the match was Charlotte Flair, so she is going to advance to the second round of the Queen of the Ring tournament. I kind of wasn't expecting Charlotte. I honestly was expecting Jade to win this, but maybe they all listened to the fans that nobody wanted Jade. So I guess that probably what happened. So Charlotte's going to the next round. So then we get a quick little segment with Tiffany. Tiffany was trying to talk to Kathy, but then it was interrupted by Meechin and B-Fab. B-Fab and Meechin were also with Jade, but Tiffany and Alexa ran them off. So you had that going on during the match. And as they was about to jump Tiffany Stratton, Chelsea Green came out and scared them off with a kendo stick. So then you had the Usos getting ready for their match, and then Jacob Fatu comes around, and they both basically tell Jacob, what are you doing here? Roman already gave us the play. Jay is going to have his match tonight to advance to the next round. And basically Jacob's like, I'm not here for y'all, I'm here for Solo. And they both was like, why are you here for Solo? And I guess that's what Roman had told Jacob to go do. So I guess we're going to see later on in the show how this is going to play out. So the next big thing we see Nick Aldis finally getting a hold of Gunther, and basically Gunther and Cody are going to have their match next week. And I guess during the end of the show, we're going to find out the rest of the stipulation that Gunther says Gunther does not trust any of the referees, so he's going to bring his own referee to call a fair match. So later on, we're going to see how that plays out. So then you get a R-Truth segment with Finn Balor, basically, telling Finn good luck, and Truth is like, Damien isn't really too fond of everything that he does. So then Damien comes out, and Damien and Finn have beef from Damien getting kicked out of the Judgment Day. So them two just had back and forth. Them two had back and forth words, and that was the end for that segment. And also, R-Truth wants to try to talk to Royce Keys again, but I don't know how that's going to turn out. So we had the next match of the night. It was Brie Bella and Paige versus Fatal Influence, Laney and Fallon. And it was an okay match. I don't really care for Brie and Paige being the champions anymore. I'm ready to see some new people, and I honestly don't mind it being even Fatal Influence in general. But somehow Brie and Paige held on to their championships, and they were still the champions. Yeah, like I said, the match was okay. I didn't really care for it that much. But then it jumps to Sami Zayn having another monologue with Johnny Gargano and Candice. And basically, Sami is still complaining about Cody. And Candice ended up saying, you know what, just go do something about it. And Sami is like, you know what, you're right. I'm going to do something about it. I'm going to talk to Cody in the ring. And then he thanks Johnny, but Johnny is still being a plank. So he just basically took Candice's advice and thought it was Johnny saying it. But anyway, you already know how I feel about Johnny Gargano and this plank thing. It's honestly ridiculous. But anyway. So y'all, the next segment of the night, we had Sami and Cody Rhodes basically going at each other's necks. Once again, Sami is whining, complaining about everything that's going on between him and Cody. And Cody basically is tired of it. Called Cody everything that I said. Whiny, complaining. Just the whole 9 yards. And basically saying that Sami, he would never become a champion as long as Cody is still a champion. And Sami did not like that and smacked Cody. So then Cody smacked Sami back. And then Sami acted like he was going to walk away and then grab a chair. But he didn't do nothing with it. He just walked away with it. Now, I'm going to go ahead and say my prediction. Sami's going to be the special referee. I feel it. I feel like it's going to be Sami. It wouldn't make sense if it's not Sami. But we have that. So, next thing we see Jacob Fatu coming after Solo. And basically, Jacob telling Solo that Roman wants Solo back home. And Solo is like, yeah, I'm not going. He's going to treat me the same way he's treating you as a lapdog. You're doing everything he says like a dog. And Solo basically said, I'm not going. And Jacob tried to reason with him to, hey, come back, to just do what Roman says. Solo basically said, if he wants me home, he has to get him himself. So I'm really excited for this. So y'all stay tuned to my TikTok later on if it's not tonight, there's definitely going to be tomorrow morning. I have something to say about this scenario. But yeah, stay on the tune for that for more details of might happen between those two or my delusional prediction what might happen within that. So y'all, our next match of the night, we had a title match for the AAA Cruiserweight Championship. It's the first time that championship has been defended on national television. So the champion, Rey Fenix, went against Axiom of Fraxium, and it was probably going to be the best match of the night. And it definitely so far is the best match of the night. Great back and forth luchador wrestling from them two. But Rey Fenix is still the champion. And yeah, that was it between them two. So then it jumps back to Gunther and Nick Aldis. And Gunther has decided who he wants to be the guest referee. And of course, I said it was going to be Sammy. And it's going to be Sammy. So next week it will be Cody and Gunther with special guest referee Sami Zayn for the championship. And that seems a little bit exciting. I'm excited for this match. It's going to be probably a good match. Hopefully they don't mess this up. So y'all, the next segment of the night, we had Trick Williams. And he basically just came out and said how disappointed he was of himself to lose at his King of the Ring match he had. And he's just saying how disappointed he was about himself. So then Carmelo comes out and then Ricky Saints come out. And they both saying that, hey, we want a shot at your championship, Trick. And then they both started arguing and then got into it. It was just honestly a waste of time. They did not need this segment. It was a waste of time. So what I can see probably in the future, you're going to have a triple threat between all of them for the U.S. Championship. I don't see any other way. I think it'll be best if that happens. But that's for that. So then it jumps back to Royce Keys and Kathy was trying to have an interview with him, but Solo intervened, and basically Solo was actually warning Royce Keys about the bloodline being there, Jay and Jimmy, and then Jacob, which he made a face that he's kind of disappointed that Jacob had went over to Roman's side. So basically he told Royce that he doesn't want to be the next victim of Roman's war. So Royce kind of like looked at Solo and shook his head, but I'll talk about it more probably later on the TikToks or Instagram, wherever you see it first. We're gonna talk about that later. So y'all, we have the next match of the night. We had Chelsea Green and Tiffany Stratton versus B-Fab and Michin. And this match was kind of boring. I didn't really care for it. So I'm just going to save it. Jade did get involved. And that helped out B-Fab and Michin pick up the win. And then Jade ended up eyeing Tiffany's United States Championship. So maybe that is going to be in her future. So then you have another segment with Kiana James, and she is just going on about Julia, how she was Julia's person and she helped Julia, and then Julia came around the corner and basically said that, you know, she only used her for her English and to help around get her where she needs to be, and then she ended up slapping the mess out of Kiana James. So that was that segment. So then we get a quick little glance of Finn Balor and Tama Tonga. And for people who do not know, Finn Balor and Tama Tonga used to be in the Bullet Club back over there in New Japan. And if y'all watch that time of New Japan, probably the best New Japan you ever get. I was watching New Japan, staying up at the crack of dawn to watch it back in the day. So if y'all wasn't there during that time, y'all missed out a lot. And basically Tama just say good luck to Finn, and that was it. So next thing we get is another Cody, Sammy, and GM Nick Aldis segment, and Cody is mad the fact that Sammy is going to be the referee and just complaining to Nick Aldis, and then Sammy comes around the corner and basically told Cody good luck. That's how I'm gonna take it. he said good luck. So Sammy might cheat or try to cheat Cody out of this championship next week. They said that this whole match is going to be commercial free, but we're going to see how that turn out, because it might be commercial free or it might be like in a little corner or something in someone's television and you're going to have to watch it that way. So then we get a quick little LA Knight segment. It is him telling everybody, I told you so, that all the Bloodline members are going to come out and try to do something with this fatal 4-way match for the last spot for the second round at the King of the Ring tournament. And then he has a whole rant about Jimmy, Jay, Jacob, Roman, just the whole bloodline, the whole Samoan dynasty thing. And basically said if he wins this, he's coming for Roman's championship. And let's all be for real, if LA Knight tries to go for Roman, he is never going to win that championship from Roman, so he just go ahead and just stop that right now. So y'all, we are in the last match of the night. We had LA Knight, Jey Uso, Royce Keys, and Finn Balor. And this was a good match. I enjoyed this match. I'm going to put it the second best match of the night compared to Rey Fenix and Axiom. But yeah, this was a decent match. And surprisingly, Jay won the fatal 4-way. And now he is going to the semifinals of the King in the Ring tournament. But of course, you have some people that came out. Jimmy Uso came out. And then Solo also came out. I was kind of expecting to see Jacob, but he didn't come out. So I guess we're going to see how this all is going to play out also on Monday, since Solo didn't come along. But maybe this will set up for something with Solo and the rest of MFT. But this was the show. But that was the show for today. And all in all, I'm going to give this Friday Night Smackdown, I'm going to give it a okay. I feel like it was a teeny bit better than last week, but not as good as it should be, or was at one point. Like I said, best match of the night is going to be Rey Fenix match, and also this men's fatal 4-way match. And I forgot to say this earlier, I don't think I ever said the thing with Danhausen, Kit Wilson, and The Miz. So apparently The Miz went crazy after getting electrocuted last week from Danhausen's segment, and now Kit also got electrocuted. And The Miz has lost his mind. He kept saying his old catchphrases from like 10 years ago almost. So yeah, I don't know if I ever said that in the beginning part of the show. But yeah, guys, that was Friday Night Smackdown. I think next week's gonna be a good show, especially for Cody and Gunther's match. But I'll go over more stuff about it during the weekend. I want to say thank you for everybody who has been watching, supporting, following, liking all the posts I've done during the week and the weekend. As of today, we have 22 subscribers on YouTube. So clap it up for everybody. Thank you so much for liking my content, and I want to continue to make more content for you. I also post all my YouTube shorts. I also forgot to say that. Basically, they're all the same clips that I post on Instagram and TikTok. If you don't want to do TikTok or Instagram, then you got YouTube shorts, or vice versa. If you don't like either of the other options, you can go look for that. But during the weekend, I will be talking about everything that went on SmackDown tonight. And I also do other little bit of content. I'm going to put my social somewhere up here around in the video. Don't know where yet, but it's gonna be somewhere, probably on either side of me. But once again, thank you, and be sure to like, subscribe, follow, all that good stuff. But after all that, please be sure to be blessed, love one another, and mental health matters. Bye.